Hey guys, I'm actually live on shit. You guys heard me mess up. Oh, you guys are all here. I was gonna welcome you guys to my channel on Instagram, but looks like you guys are already ready. I hope everyone's out of class and not messaging me while they're in class. Now, if you saw my Instagram story earlier, you would have heard that I am actually going to be answering questions from my DMs today. So I actually have all those questions that I pre-selected here. My friend Jaden is joining me to make sure I tell the truth on all the questions you guys ask me. She brought me wine as well, so we have wine here. And I'm going to go through these questions. If you have a question, like B just did, gave me $5 in Super Chat. If you guys want me to answer one of your questions that you have on here, just do a Super Chat and I'll answer your question. How many years have you been on the show? On the Fumble, I have been on the Fumble, Jonathan, for 3 years. So thank you for the Super Chat. Again, if you want me to answer a question from here, just do it on Super Chat and I will do that. If not, I am just going to be answering questions that I pre-selected from my social media here. So I got to figure out this phone. I have 2 phones, guys. The phone you guys are on right now is actually my iPhone. Okay, so I hope everybody that asked me a question is currently on this so you can see the question. Okay, let's start here. DA official David asked me, why don't you tell everybody your age? Because I think you're like 27. You are very beautiful. Well, thank you, David, for saying I'm beautiful. As Jaden can confirm as my friend, I don't really believe in like age after like 18. I live by Prince's motto. Prince is my favorite artist of all time. I have the Prince symbol tattooed on my foot. He always said that age doesn't really matter because you don't know when you're going to die anyway. So if you live your life saying, oh, I'm going to do this when I'm 40 or I'm going to do this when I'm this age, you don't necessarily know you're going to get to that age. So you always live your life in the moment. And by doing that, you just don't focus on your age because it really doesn't matter how old you are. There's people that are really old and they live a better life and travel and do activities more than somebody who is 22 years old and they're just in the house on their computer all day. So age just doesn't, after 18 though, guys, don't be doing any crazy shit. Okay, after 18, age doesn't matter. Next question is from I'm Mad at LeBron. He says, what's your favorite NBA team? So this must be a new follower because I definitely always say all the time that my favorite NBA team is the Clippers. I became a Clippers fan when I used to work for the Clippers right after I got out of college. And that's been my team ever since. In today's society, I don't even know how to say your name. Rick G? How would you say that? Rick G? Yeah, Rick G. I don't know how to say your name. You guys need to learn to just have maybe this is your real name, so I don't want to be mad at you for saying that, but just have your real name as your IG name. No weird names. I mean, most of you guys are trolling accounts, so I don't know. This person actually asked a really good question. In today's society, do you personally prefer marriage first before having a child? Is it a must? Most of the people I know have actually had children before they got married. I don't have any kids yet, so at this age, I feel like I'm not really going to make the same mistakes as other people may make, because I'm older. And, when you just get older, you're just like, maybe I'm not going to do that. Maybe I'm going to do this instead. So at the age I am now, I would hope I would wait till marriage, but that's not, I think if you're in a relationship where you're headed in that route, I don't think it's as big of a deal. What are you guys saying here? Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next question is by Zanny Boy, or Zanny Bo. He says, what do you think of Lonzo Ball? I am actually extremely proud of Lonzo Ball because he is turning into a man. You know, he's going to be 22 this year. He has a kid, and he's finally stepped out of his father's shadows and is doing what he wants to do in his life. Obviously, today it was announced that he is, or late last night, that he's suing Alan Foster for $2 million. And he's making these decisions himself. And I'm so proud of him for literally like taking ownership of his brand, of who he is, and saying, you know, I'm not dealing with this anymore. I'm going to do what I want to do. And that's that. So, next year, I don't know what kind of season he's going to have. I mean, this year he averaged, I believe, 9.9 points per game. He got hurt in January, hasn't been playing since then. So I hope he has a great career. I think he'll do pretty good. And now that we're seeing him become a man and kind of do stuff on his own is like amazing. Next question, and welcome everybody who just joined. Again, I'm going over questions that some of you guys have asked me during my DM slide earlier today. If you have a question that you want to ask me on here, just make sure you do a super chat and I'll make sure I answer your question. So moving on to the next Instagram DM question. Hey Britt, how do you think the Cowboys are going to do this season? I mean, I say this every year. We're going to go to the Super Bowl. I don't know how true that is or not. Obviously, we got some key guys on defense this year. There's still, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? It's hard to say. We haven't even had the draft yet, so we don't know what's going to happen and what players are going to end up where. But so far, I'm really happy with what the Cowboys have been doing in this offseason. And with Amari Cooper coming back, I think it's only going to go up from here. The Cowboys looked really good to end last season, and I think they're only going to go get better from there. Next question. How much money do you make a year? Not enough. I did this last year, 2018, I just did my taxes the other day and realized or found out I went up in a tax bracket, which made me actually owe more than I was expecting to owe, which kind of sucked. But I guess it was good because I made more money. This year, I am not making as much as I was last year, but last year, some of my money was based on freelance gigs I did. So I'm just hoping to get more freelance gigs and do stuff like that, and really just get a consistent job to where I can make money all the time. Right, Jaden?
Right.
We got to make money because we don't have any booze. We don't have a husband that helps us out when we're not making any money. So my friend Jaden's actually a model, so she, you know, a lot of her stuff is gig by gig, so we're both hustlers in Los Angeles. Next question is from DJ Mo Boulevard. You guys have some really interesting names, I will tell you. What's your favorite genre of music to dance to? Jaden, what do you think my favorite genre of music to dance to?
Trap music.
Trap music? Yeah. We can get kind of ratchet sometimes. I normally listen to, though, like old school hip-hop and R&B music, mostly R&B.
You don't get down to R&B.
But, yeah, but I just sing that stuff. I don't dance to it. But if it's like, I used to live in Atlanta, so I'm down for a good ratchet song all day. The next person, what do you think that name is?
Kiran Fatal? I don't know.
You guys have really hard names. Kiran Fatal. You have two questions. I think they're two great questions, so I'm going to answer both of them. Your first question says, I like your ideas on social justice. what do you think is the ultimate answer to gun violence in our country? And I think you actually had a friend ask me that question because you put a name next to it, Kalana. So I'm not like for guns. I don't like violence or weapons, or I don't see a need for it. I do understand that people believe that it's their right to have that, and it's in the Constitution, and who are we to change the Constitution? However, I believe the rules on how to get a gun and all that stuff need to be difficult, not state by state, but federally across the board, because I can have laws in California that are strict gun laws, for instance, but I can drive a car across the border and shoot everybody in Arizona if I want to. So just because you have strict gun laws places and whatever, if it's not something that the whole country is a part of, it's going to still affect everybody, because people are just a car ride away from buying a gun in a state that has very lenient laws and then taking that gun to another state in a vehicle that has strict laws. So I would pray that they get a lot stricter and they get monitored and re-monitored every single year. Just like you have a driver's license, you still have to retake tests sometimes and re-get stuff done to renew your license. Why would you not have to do the same with guns? Why do they not check on people who have guns, who have maybe seen a psychologist or whatever, and make sure everything's okay? Or I don't know, they just need to do a lot more with that. So I'm not saying we need to take away guns, because a lot of people believe and should, I guess, have the right to protect themselves. But I do believe we should have a lot stricter laws federally, not just state by state. Your second question: what was your reaction to Westbrook's 2020 performance? Now, if you guys don't know, the 2020 performance was for Nipsey Hussle. He did that because Nipsey Hussle is from the 60s. That's the neighborhood he's from. So 20 equals 60. I think it was amazing. It was like for literally Westbrook to just be able to just turn it on and do that, like against, the Lakers aren't good, but to do that against anybody, just to say, you know what, I'm actually going to go out here and I'm going to hit 20 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists just so I can dedicate it to my boy. To do that alone is so difficult, but literally to be that good and be able to do that is amazing. So obviously I think Nipsey was right there with him as his angel, and he was helping him get that stat, because as you guys know, that stat is not one that comes by very often, and I haven't seen anything like that in a long time. So it was a beautiful tribute to Nipsey Hussle. Obviously I live in Los Angeles. It's been very difficult for a lot of people out here. He did a lot for the community out here, and you can see just the celebrities that have shouted him out. Even Eric Garcetti, our mayor, did a whole thing on Nipsey Hussle. There's been tons of people that have come out and said something, and he was really big to this community, and he'll be missed. And Russell Westbrook is from LA, so I think it was a great tribute to do for his friend. Next, how do you deal with the ups and downs of being a sports reporter? I think you just look at what you love to do in life. If you really love to do something, yes, you're going to have downs, but at the end of the day, they're not going to matter. You got to take your lows with the highs that you get to. Or that's just life in general, though. Anything you do in life, you're going to have hardships and struggles, and the reason why you struggle through those things is because you believe in what you're doing, and you believe you're in a place where you're supposed to be at the end of the day. So that's why that's important. And it's not really that I deal with them. They just come and go. I personally just pray that God takes me through these. Next question. How did you get the job at the Fumble? There was actually a girl named Cynthia. If you are watching this, Cynthia, thank you. I remember you. I did a internship with her a long, long time ago. And we stayed friends on social media after that. And she sent me an email and she was like, hey, I saw this listing for this sports job. You should apply for it. And I did. And I went in. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Fumble for a long time, but there was a girl named Crystal Marie that used to be the main girl for the Fumble. She saw my audition tape and she was like, oh my gosh, I love her. We need her. And that's how I came to the Fumble. She had seen millions and millions of tapes from girls and she was like not feeling anybody. But then when she saw mine, she loved mine. I went into the Fumble. I'm still friends with Crystal to this day. Thank you, Travis, for the super chat. Why am I so beautiful? That's not even my parents and God, I guess. And I try to stay positive in life. I keep beautiful people around me, so they keep me beautiful, I guess. Don't make me answer questions like that. Come on, guys. But yes, that's how I got the job at the Fumble. Thank you, Travis, for the super chat and the compliment. Do you like talking about sports? I love it. When I was in college, I interned at the news station when I was a senior in college, and I originally was working in news, and second day, like, something happened with the sports reporter, and they were like, do you know sports? Can you help cover sports? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I went into the sports department, and I loved it, and literally halfway through my internship semester, I was already done with my internship hours, so I literally just kept working all the time. And you know what they say, once you find something you love doing, you'll never work another day in your life. So ask Jaden, do I not talk about sports all the time?
All the time.
Yeah. But I teach my girlfriends about sports, and they like them too now, even if they didn't like them before. Who would win in a fight, a grizzly bear or a silverback gorilla? That is from Jameis Sander. I'm going to say grizzly bear just because when I was in high school, my high school was the Central High School Grizzlies. So grizzlies are better than gorillas. Weird question, but... next question from Brian 542123. He says, what was your first sports game? The first professional game I attended, I believe, was a Clippers game. I think that was no. My first professional game I attended was actually it was Minnesota Twins and Chicago White Sox game in Chicago. It was random, but that was my first professional game I ever attended. My next is from Mr. Pickles. My girl gets mad when I like your pictures. As she should. I don't think guys should necessarily always like other girls' pictures, but for the sake of me needing likes, don't stop. Just make a fake account. Next question from Chuckie. Would you marry a man? Oh, Chuckie, I lost your question. How do I recheck it? How do I recheck Super Chats? Oh, here we go. Would you marry a man would made less money than you? I think you wrote it a little wrong. Would I marry a man that made less money than me? No. I don't make very much money to begin with. So if you make less than me, you're probably really struggling in life. And I'm just too old to be a down chick anymore and just struggle with a guy for a long time. When I was younger, for sure, I'm all about the struggle, but not anymore. Is working for the Fumble your dream job? I think there's more to me than what I'm doing now. I don't know necessarily what, but is it my dream to talk about sports every day and well, the 2 days I work or 3 days I work a week, yeah, like, I mean, I get to talk about something that I love talking about, and I wouldn't have gotten such a huge following if it wasn't for the fumble, and I work with some great people and everything, but I don't know if this is my end job. I'm always a dreamer. I'm a Pisces, so I think I always have new dreams and ambitions and stuff, and there's going to be different things I want to do in life, so I wouldn't even say I have a dream job. I just want to continue doing stuff that I love, which is creating content, and I want to hopefully make a lot of money doing it one day. Ricardo, thanks for the super chat. Would you go out on a date with me? Ricardo, do you live in Los Angeles? I don't even know who you are, but I know a lot of people do end up dating people that have slid in their DMs, so I'm not going to say no. Thank you for the super chat, Ricardo. Malcolm 2K10 says, I don't really have a question, but have a great day and keep on being an inspiration to all. Thank you. That is a really great thing to say. I try to be positive, and I know a lot of people struggle through things in life, and I had one person recently that messaged me saying that he wanted to kill himself, and I told him my personal story of what I had gone through, and a couple days later he said, thank you for that. I'm actually not going to kill myself and whatever. So you don't know what people are going through, and it is really good to remain positive and to be somebody that could impact people. Not often. I mean, I don't have a ton of followers, but the ones that I do have, I really appreciate all of you guys. That is the end of my questions. Thank you guys so much for everyone who did a super chat. I appreciate you guys. For everyone who sent a DM asking me a question. Sorry I didn't get to all of them, but I appreciate all of you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in to my live video. I also want to do a quick update. I recently went to YouTube Space, and in about a week I will have clearance to use the YouTube Studios. So soon I will be doing some content from YouTube Studios and using their studios and cameras and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking to do interviews. Ricardo, you did another super chat. Thank you. You're baller, Ricardo. He says, I don't live in LA right now. I was born there. Oh, you live in Palm Springs. I go to Palm Springs often, so maybe I will see you in Palm Springs. I don't go in like super summertime, but it's just too hot, but maybe I'll be there in the fall or in the next couple months. I don't know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to my live. What was I saying about my YouTube spaces? Oh, if there's any content that you guys want to see me create, please let me know. I'm going to be doing some stuff at YouTube spaces. And so I have hopefully a bunch of cool stuff coming to you guys soon. But let me know what you guys want to see, because this is for you guys. It's for your entertainment. I wouldn't have a channel or be able to even use YouTube spaces if it weren't for you guys subscribing to me. So please let me know what you guys want to see in my future videos. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Jaden, say bye. Tell them where you can follow her at.
Bye. And oh my god, I look horrible in this lighting. And yeah.
Okay. Well, where are you? Where can they follow you?
They can follow me at Jaden Baby.
Her thing is Jaden Baby on social media. So follow Jaden. Make sure you follow me at I am Britt Johnson on all social media. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like this video, share it with your friends, and let me know what you guys think I should do for future videos. Okay? Thank you guys. Bye.